That time again, Sunday morning building time. Let's open this up. Oh, guys, get one of those for safety. Where's my helpers? Helpers! There's one. Oh. So, what do we have going on today? Backplate needs to be clear coated. That looks gorge. Oh yeah, some fun things came off of the printer. Okay, so if you guys have been following, you know what this means. This means this with this and this. Okay, Alpha Ignition, if you're watching this, I can't use the baggy gloves because I can't do detailed work with the baggy gloves. So I came up with a different solution, and you can chime in and tell me if this is cancer giving or not. I took a Viva paper towel and wrapped it around my finger so I could hold it tight, and that way I have control within the little lines. So if you're watching this, John, please chime in and tell me if I'm getting cancer or need to go back to the gloves. Okay, and these are the toe caps, obviously, and I wanted to show you guys. So the print has small lines on the back, more prominent on the front. Brian and I talked about it, and he just said, oh, let's just pasta dip it. You know, Brian, he goes, who's going to look at your feet that close? But I don't necessarily like the way the rings look, so I'm just going over, I'm not going over the whole thing, but just the parts where the lines from the print are the worst. And then we'll go from there. Oh, also, I heard back from John. He says, try a glove and then the paper towel over it. So I'm gonna do that. I'll let you know how it works. And there they are. When these are dry, we're gonna sand and Brian's gonna plasti dip them. In the meantime, where's that back plate? Where'd it go? You already clear coated it?
Yeah, it's done. It hardly need anything. What are you going to film it for? We've already filmed us clear coated stuff. Go look at it.
That's true. Okay, looks good. I think it's dry.
Yeah, probably.
Alrighty. Oh, also, the glove paper towel technique worked for me. So, thanks, John. Hey, what do you think the importance is of wearing an apron while you work?
Keep you clean.
Yeah, so here's Brian's apron. Brian has this amazing apron. I think, was this mine and you stole it?
You never wore it.
Anyway, the one I wear is my super cheap $5 one. The neck was too long, so I cut it. Pinned it. Dandy. And you're going to plasti dip that one. Hey guys, I just had a good question. Someone asked if I sanded before the putty, and the answer is yes. I'm so sorry I didn't put that in the story today because we do this kind of repeatedly with every step, but it comes off the 3D printer. We do an initial sanding to get all the burrs off. Brian calls them zits, I call them burrs. And then we start with the putty process. Okay, and the other thing I kind of like went through fast was this is a little belt piece that we printed, sanded it, put the putty on it, sanded it again, and then you saw a little 2-second clip of Brian spraying it with the primer. That's his technique on how to kind of check to make sure it's all good before we put the paint on. And he wants to know where you were.
We went
to get
a few things and then donuts.
Oh, she locked you out. Present. Okay, you guys, so Brian came home and he wasn't exactly happy with how the lines are still on there. So I'm gonna go back again with putty on all sides and smooth it out. Okay, I'm gonna paint the shoe armor now. And also for anyone who's watching, don't worry, Brian is here supervising, but he's letting me, really? Okay, first coat done. Maybe I do another little bit because I can see a little black still here that I don't like. But someone asked me, yes, we Plastidiped both of them before I painted it. So let me start by saying the question was, did we do Plastidip on both shoe armor pieces? The answer was yes, we did. My question to you then is, which pieces do you use Plastidip on and which do you not use Plastidip
So
on?
it depends on what it is, what the piece is, right? So like this chest piece has a very smooth texture because it's like an armor piece, right? And it's on the chest, so it's visibly seen. It does have texture, but it has a different texture than like these toe cap pieces, right? Like if you had armor on your boots, on your toes, you would they'd be a little bit more beat up, right? And hammered, whereas this would be a little bit cleaner. So you have to decide what it is you're working on, if it needs to have a texture to it or not. And help get rid of some lines. Not all the way, 3D printed lines. Not all the way, you can kind of see some here still, but it does make it a little bit easier to process the prints. And usually what we'll do is we'll lightly sand, do some red putty, like we had really bad lines because I printed these like this. We had really bad lines at the top here. So you can kind of see there's putty chunks in there, which are fine because to us it kind of adds that metallic weathered
beat
up boot cover, right? So we just put some putty in there, mildly cleaned it up, and then sprayed a thick layer of Plastidip. And now look, they have a really nice welded, beat up metal look. Whereas if you did that, you don't want that look here because you want smooth, you want sharp lines, you want sharp edges, and you're going to lose that. You're going to have this really like grizzly, kind of leathery looking texture to it. So you have to decide for yourself what you want, what application, what you want the end result of your piece to look. So Plastidip is awesome. Just try it on something. See what it looks like. You can paint over it because this was Plastidip and we painted over it. So
okay.
Hopefully it helps.
Thank you for explanation.
This is gold and this is all silver.
Okay, so you're finishing sanding and it's ready for silver.
Hi.
Yeah, cool. What are you doing?
Taking a picture of Levi.
You're stalking Levi.
Okay, visors. Okay, visors. I get these on Amazon usually. I was having a hard time finding the color this time, but Hobart Welding Products face shield replacements. These are what I like. They're super thin, they're easy. You can cut them with like really heavy scissors, or you can score and snap. They have a film on both sides, so you can, you can draw on it, and it's okay, because you're going to cut it all out. So there's a few ways you can do it. You can take a piece of paper, put it on the inside, trace out how you want it to be. I usually just take the whole stinking visor, I put it in there, I line it up, I make sure it's fitted, and then I go like this, and I just draw right on it where the opening is, and then pull it out. Can you see it?
Yes.
So you can see where everything goes, right? Now, I'll just draw over it with extra space, a couple inches on either side, and that is my template for where I need to cut out. And then what we'll do is we'll use little strips of Velcro to Velcro it in. You can also...
I have a question. Oh my gosh, Levi. Couldn't you have, if you had moved this over a little bit, couldn't you get 2 visors out of one piece? Are you not wasting?
Maybe for this helmet, yeah. Maybe.
Because we have that helmet too.
I also bought 5 of these.
But I'm just saying, if you could get, I'm just for asking for a friend.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to.
So yes.
If you wanted to save some.
Yeah.
Maybe that would have been a good idea. Yeah. You could also get a piece of paper and like template it out if you wanted to do that. We don't have to do that. I'm just saying. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Then sometimes there'll be things inside that you gotta kind of, so you can kind of see there's these cheek ridges here, so this needs to come in a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll kind of hold it in there. I also got some angles there. So again, hey, paper template, you could probably do this and have it way more precise.
But at least now we have a whole other piece if you want to save some for your next helmet. Because we did second test fit.
A little bit more.
Oh, it's so close though. Like almost snaps in there.
Yeah, but it probably spread it open.
Oh,
I don't know though. Let's look.
Yeah. Just a little more trimming. Not too much though.
No.
It's still pretty.
It's fine. I don't want it opening it up though. I want it to fit. There we go. There we go. Yep. Now it's not pushing anything open.
Nice.
Okay. There it is. So what we'll do now is we'll get some Velcro out.
That looks beautimous. Oh my gosh.
So I have a bunch of Velcro little squares bought them a long time ago. So what we're gonna do, gotta take the film off, right? I'm taking the other side of the Velcro. The hook is in the helmet. I'm putting the loop. Sorry, I put the loop inside the helmet. Now I'm putting the hook
on top of it.
On top of it, sticky side out.
So that way when you put the visor material in, it will stick.
It's good to go. One of them I cut in half too, so I'm just going to...
Moment of truth.
A little luck. What you're going to want to do is...
Wait, are you going to take the other side of the film off? Or are you going to wait? Okay,
let's see. Installed first.
Okay.
So I'm going to go like this. Make sure the bottom's lined up. Then, come in here.
All right. Oh, hold on.
Booyah! There we go. So padding, you can buy these really cheap helmet padding kits on Amazon. They're for like military helmets. They're a bunch of little squares, all different sizes, squares, rectangles. And when they come with Velcro too, you just Velcro them in. I keep pads from skateboarding helmets, like just all different types of helmets. I have a little collection of padding. So we pulled out some padding that is gonna work. Tori tried it on her head, it fits good. So all I'm gonna do is this padding we have here is actually works like Velcro. So I'm just gonna put the stickies on here. That's what these little squares are great for. The Mando helmets tend to flop side to side on your head like a bell. So what we've done with the girls' helmets is we've put like ear pads in from other helmets. I think this was from like a snowboarding helmet. Put these in so when Tori puts this on her head, it doesn't bobble around. It's got the ear pads in. We're gonna see how it fits. How's that? Is it good? No adjustments? Ready to kick Stormtrooper butt.
Black wash. If this is your guys' first time seeing us do this, go back to some of the other videos that will give a little more info about it. But this is just a weathering process that consists of rubbing alcohol and acrylic paint. And that's how they look. This was the same technique that we used for the initial overwash for the chest armor. So if you want to see that, go back and find that on the YouTube and you can see exactly how Brian did that. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do for the day is finish this. You can see in her pictures that this section is gold. So that's what we're going to do. Tape it off, paint it. Tape it off, sand it a little bit, paint it. Okay, so this is how I taped it, and I left the top. Oh wait, show the paint that we're using. Cool. There it is. And then we'll weather it another day. Thanks for hanging with us on a Sunday.